Welcome to the compliance video series. Today we will be focusing on the communications log, emails and texts. Within Skyslope, in the 400 series or fourth review, there is a requirement for correspondence documentation to be uploaded. Now, how are we going to do that? One way to do that is to click on the attached, and we can upload PDFs of all of our emails, copies of all of our emails. Now, this can take some time to create the PDFs, and also in this case there were a lot of them, 180. So it can be a fair amount of work and take a fair amount of time to get that all done correctly. Or you can do something that is much easier. What we do is within Skyslope, each file has its own specific email address, that if I send an email to this address, it will be loaded up into the log, and then it will stay there and I won't have to worry about it again. So how do we set up a system that makes it easy for us to do that? What we do is we copy that email address and we create a new contact. So here's the email address from Skyslope. I'm going to name this contact, and what I like to do is I name it by the street that the house is on. Don't name it by your client, because that client is also going to have a contact in your contacts and there could be some confusion. So here we've named it Blue Mountain West, and then the contact's email address for Skyslope is right here. Now if you're using Gmail, it would look like this. It's just a different view, but it does the same thing. Blue Mountain West, and there's the email address. So now I receive an email being told that we're having an inspection report by Friday. I want to get this email and upload it into Skyslope. How do I do that? Well, the easiest way to do it is I'm going to go ahead and just reply to that email, the previous email being down below. I'm going to CC my contact Blue Mountain West, which is the Skyslope file that we have already set up. Put whatever comments that I want to put in here, and then I'm going to click on send. That email is going to be sent back to the person that sent it, but it's also going to be sent in its entirety to Skyslope, and it will be loaded into the log, and it will show up as an email received. If I wanted to, I could click on that. It would open the file, and then we could take a look at it. But probably never look at it here, other than the fact that we know it's there and we know we're being compliant with BRE regulations. So the next issue we have is, how do we take care of text messages? Text messages we do in essentially the same way. We have the client here, and then because I've added a second person, this becomes a group text message. I've added the contact Blue Mountain. The system has shortened it to Blue, but that's who this is. So now when I create a text and I click on send, that text goes back to my client, but at the same time it is sent up to Skyslope. It shows up in Skyslope as an email, but it shows that it's an email coming from my phone number. If I wanted to, again, I could click on it and I would see it. So at that point, as long as we continue to CC our Blue Mountain contact for all of the emails that we're sending back and forth, and if we don't want to send the client back an email, we can also forward that email to the Blue Mountain email address, and it will upload into the log just as well. But once we've done that, we will have, without any more work, we will have all of our emails in the log, we'll have all of our texts in the log, and we'll be BRE compliant. That concludes our video for today on the communications log, emails and texts. Thank you for viewing.